So welcome back to my channel. Oh, my microphone. Welcome back to my channel. I am Tiffany. I am a career strategist, a remote career strategist. I've recently rebranded to focus a little bit more on what it is that my audience across all of my platforms are really seeking. And what I noticed is that I think a lot more people, obviously for obvious reasons, are looking for something, looking for work, looking for ways to spend their life that is going to be more fulfilling, right? We've seen the state of the job market. We've seen how things have shifted. And I believe from what I've seen, I think a lot more people are interested in finding something that is going to not take up the entirety of their life, give them more flexibility, give them more peace, give them more freedom, and they're not feeling stressed and thinking about work all of the time. And a lot of the times, remote work is the solution to this. But even more than remote work, it's work from anywhere jobs, because I noticed that a lot of people are interested in moving abroad, which is something that I've done. So I'm excited, I'm happy to dive more into that type of content in time. But for now, I'm really going to talk about how to change your mindset around finding remote work and what a lot of people are doing wrong. So stay tuned, and I'm going to dive a little bit more into that. So what I'm finding in a lot of my clients and a lot of people right now is that they have been doing a particular thing for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and now they want to pivot into remote work. Or maybe they've already been doing remote work and they want to pivot into something that provides them more freedom. So maybe they want to go from a remote work based in the United States into something that they can do from anywhere. Maybe they want to work for a global company. They're not exactly sure how to go about that. So if that is you, then stay tuned. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into the misconceptions of finding remote work in 2025 and beyond, and what are some of the things that have changed in the job market that you need to be aware of if you want to actually set yourself apart from other people who are also doing the same thing. For those people that have been, maybe they've been in a particular role for 3 to 10, maybe up to 15 years, and now they're trying to switch into a remote role, I think one of the misconceptions here is something that I'm seeing is that a lot of people think, well, I've been doing this type of thing, this particular title. So then they continue to look for a remote job within that title. Say, for instance, they are a technical writer, or they are working in a particular, like a content marketer, and they are looking for that particular thing, and they've been job searching for months and they have no success in that. That is because a lot of companies, they might have the same job, the actual thing that you're going to be doing in the job, and it has 10 different titles at 10 different companies, 10 different titles at 20 different companies. And so what you need to be focused on is, how are the skills that you have, how can they transfer into something new? Based on the skills that I have, which ones do I actually want to use? Right? If I do this thing, it's going to be draining, but if I'm paid this much, it's worth it. You need to be thinking through those things so you can identify what you can do next that isn't limiting. So the more you can open up, the more clarity you can find within yourself, then you can open up the opportunities that are actually out there. Because what's happening is, the jobs that are going to exist in the next 5 years, they don't exist now. And the jobs that are present now, they might not have existed 5 years ago. So if you haven't been job searching for 5 years, then you are not aware of the things that are currently available on the market. So before you even start that, you have to understand within yourself, how are the things that I have gained, how are the experiences that I've gained and the skills that I've gained up until this point, how are they actually transferable? And you need to understand that and build that confidence within yourself. And I believe that you can build the confidence in your experiences by genuinely reflecting and being honest with yourself. Don't talk down about your skills. Think about the things that you've done. What impact have you made? What compliments have you gotten? Again, I have a kit, I have a free guide that helps you find this clarity. So if you're stuck, I've added all these things in here. So in case I'm not repeating them in my videos, grab my free guide and take a look at some of those questions so you can really think about the skills that you have gained so far and how you can apply them. So that is one of the misconceptions. It's that you have to stay stuck in doing what it is that you have already done, but you do not have to do that. I think that if you can find the things that you have been really good at specifically, then you can take that skill. So for example, if you have been a content marketer, you can take the skill of aggregating content data and apply it to something that is more relevant in the current job market and reconstruct, in a sense, your resume and your experiences so that they align more with what employers are actually looking for now, what global employers are looking for now, especially if you're looking for a remote job. So that is going to be your first step. The next thing that you're going to think about is, what is the story that you are telling, especially if you haven't job searched in a while? What is the story that you're telling in your resume, on your LinkedIn profile, or even your other social media profiles, or if you have like portfolios, things like that? What is the story that you're telling about your experiences, and how can you shift that story? How can you tell a story that you actually want to be told? The next thing that you really need to think about is, where are you looking for remote work? Where are you looking for the jobs that you're looking for? And what are you actually open to? So starting with where you're looking. Yes, LinkedIn can be really great. Yes, Indeed can be really great. However, there are so many jobs that are outside of those bubbles, that maybe within particular networking groups, or maybe within move abroad groups. Maybe it's freelance and contract work, things like that. Are you open to those types of opportunities? So you really need to take into consideration, like, what am I actually willing to do? Am I willing to go from full-time to something that is contract, so that way I can work in Japan, or you can work from Portugal? You have to make that decision, but it will open up your opportunities if you do want to start off working in a contract role in order to give yourself that freedom. Now that there's a lot of competition in the job market, a lot of employers are realizing that they can take on less risk by hiring contract workers. So if you're a full-time employee and you're looking to make a transition, and you're not open to contract work, then it can really limit your opportunities, because employers are hiring more contractors in order to minimize the risk that they're taking on, which it really sucks. However, it could give you more opportunity to step into a remote work or a remote job that allows you to work from anywhere. Okay, so lastly, I want to talk about generally retelling your story, being open to retelling the story that you've been telling. I think a lot of people have been committed to the career that they've had up until this point. They've been doing a particular thing and they think, okay, now that I'm shifting, I don't think that many people know how to confidently tell this new story, but it's not necessarily a new story. It's really just reframing how you see your own skills, reframing how your skills can apply to different things, right? So in this transition, basically what I'm saying is, I want you to have confidence in your ability to do many different things. So if you're able to accurately find clarity and set yourself apart, that's great. But you also need to build the confidence in your ability. You also need to build the confidence in your ability to do many different things. And really, that's what so much boils down to. If you're interested in more content like this, leave a comment. Let me know what you liked. If you didn't like it, let me know what you didn't like. And what kinds of content you would be interested in seeing. If you are interested in finding a remote job this year and potentially even moving abroad, because I'm definitely excited to talk more about that in my videos to come. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next time. I love you. Goodbye.